Hello everybody, welcome to the Saturday show. It's a bit of a different one today because we're here at EGX.
Yeah, EGX 2017 in the Birmingham NEC Arena. 3 or 4 days of video games and we've covered it. Yeah, we're press, we're here to play games.
We don't have the regular Saturday show content, so what we're going to do today is kind of round up what our picks for the show were, because we got to hands-on with loads of the games, we got to meet a load of developers, which is awesome. Content coming to you very soon on the channel. So yeah, our picks for this EGX 2017, and yeah, we'll cut to VT, I guess. Let's roll the tape. So I'm here outside the Detroit Become Human booth because this is my pick for EGX this year. I was really excited to get my hands on and try the demo, and it did not disappoint. I was absolutely astounded. Just the atmosphere of the playthrough, the level itself. You've got to work your way through this apartment, investigate what's gone on before you got there. There's a hostage situation at the end of the demo. You've got to work your way through the tension throughout the whole demo builds the whole time, and depending on what you choose, you've got 6 or 7, maybe even more different endings to this demo, which is something that really appeals to me as a gameplay mechanic. It lends itself to multiple playthroughs. I would say this is a David Cage game. He's made Heavy Rain, Beyond Two Souls, the same kind of gameplay in that too. You got multiple choices and it ends up differently. What's different about this one, they built a new engine from scratch. The visuals look absolutely stunning. It looks absolutely phenomenal. I cannot wait to get my hands on this game when it releases sometime early next year. So I'm here with Dominic. He just had hands-on with Detroit Become Human. What were your impressions of the demo?
It was brilliant. It was really tense. The whole thing with the androids and stuff, it was like a tense world. Really looking forward to playing more of it, seeing how the whole thing unravels and seeing how you can play the android and seeing what you can do and stuff like that. I just can't wait to just delve more into the world and see how the story actually unfolds and stuff. More tense moments as well, because that was pretty crazy. Yeah, the music, the atmosphere, everything. The voice acting was superb. It's just can't wait to play more.
Yeah, so my pick of EGX 2017 is The Occupation, which is kind of like Dishonored, but without all the murdering, which is nice. It's a really interesting setting. It's set in the UK, it's set in the 80s, it's kind of dystopian sci-fi type stuff. It's heavily inspired by walking simulators by the looks of it, but it's got all the fun elements of, like I said, Dishonored and those kind of Bioshock, those kind of games where it's like immersive sims, they call them, which is a new kind of genre that's only gotten a label in the last couple of years. There's so much about this game that's really interesting. I mean, there's no menus as such. I mean, it's all like stuff that you pick up. The inventory is like an actual physical briefcase in the world, which is wicked. There's a real tactile feel to everything, and that's something that they show off in the demo that they've got here. You know, you get an envelope pushed from under the door, you pick it up, you've got to turn it over. There's a disc inside, you take the disc out, you put it in a computer, all that kind of stuff that it sounds like, why would that be fun? But there's actually really something very, very immersive about that, and the way that everything feels tactile and handleable and malleable in the world. It's also all in like real time, so every minute in real life is a minute in the game, so you could get through the game without doing anything, which is really interesting. Talking to the developers, they say, like, you know, you might get a note of a meeting that's coming up in half an hour. You can just sit out the meeting and not attend, and you'll just miss that, and the game will continue as normal. So it's got that kind of, you know, multiple endings kind of thing, but it's not like a narrative where you make decisions. It's like, do you take part or don't you? Because you can actually just miss stuff, which is really cool. Overall, I think it's for an indie game, it looks pretty nice. It's very, very immersive. It's very PC friendly. It feels like a PC game to me, like just sitting there with a mouse and keyboard. Exactly what I liked about Dishonored. All that control over the world and your character. I'm really into that. So yeah, my pick of EGX 2017, The Occupation.
We're talking with Matthew, who's just had hands-on with it. So can you tell us what your impressions of the game?
It was very smooth. The engine felt quite good. I was used to the style of game. It's less of a walking simulator than it seems. Has a bit more manipulation involved, something you might see in the Hitman series, where you can manipulate objects and people, the situation to suit your desires in the game. I may pick it up when it comes out. They said it's got something like a 6-hour campaign, and that will change completely depending on which choices you make and what you do. So it seems very freeform, very smooth, and yeah, quite impressive.
Hey, it's Jake, and I'm here to talk about the highlight of my EGX this year, Ninokuni 2, Level 5 and Bandai Namco. Not a Studio Ghibli collaboration like the last one, although the influences are still clearly there. They moved away from the turn-based combat. This time it's real-time, They've added this cool troop feature, which I really like. It kind of adds a little bit of tactics, where they've took the tactics out in the fighting style now. It's more real time. They've added it back in with this troop section. So this time around, there's no familiars as well. They've added Higgledies. Story looks good. Even though it's a sequel, you don't have to have played the original one, set a couple of 100 years after. It's about a cat and mouse kingdom. Looks cute as hell. Look at this guy. Hey? Get it back on me. Look at the state of him. So that's the game I'm liking so far. I've played the demo about 3 or 4 times now. I'm absolutely loving it. It's out early January and yeah, I know, I mean, what are you expecting from me really, guys? Come on. That's my pick, definitely, Ninokuni 2. So I'm here with Daniel. You just played Ninokuni 2. You didn't play the first one. What did you think of the demo?
I quite liked it actually. It was quite simple to understand, rotating the enemies around and using whichever one was strong against the other enemy, and then if there was any particular large groups of enemies, you could use your specials to sort of weaken them and go into it, so it was quite easy to get into, to be honest.
Yep. Pretty tactical. Looking forward to playing some more another time perhaps? Or?
Yeah, I think so. I don't have a PS4, but I have been thinking about it, and it's just the more games that I see at places like this that will convince me to think about getting one. Something like that definitely will make me want to get one more.
So there you go.
Right, yeah, Liam here for Pretty Good Gaming. We're here at the Super Mario Odyssey booth, and yeah, it's my pick of the show so far. Well, I got a quick hands-on the first day. Really fun game, super fun. Literally every second I played was a joy. Platforming was like really smooth. Controls were tight, picked from 2 worlds as well. You got the new Metro Kingdom and the Sand Kingdom. I had to go to the Metro Kingdom at New Donk City. It was pretty awesome, to be fair. It's Mario, you can't really go wrong. It's colourful, it's fun for everyone. Like everyone I saw was having a whale of a time with it, and pretty perfect as far as platformers go. Great music, great visuals. Like I said before, controls really tight. Graphically great as well, especially on it was in docked mode on the Switch. It looked gorgeous. Super Mario Odyssey, my pick of EGX 2017. I'm here with Lewis, who's just got off the Super Mario Odyssey demo. And so, Lewis, what's your first impression of it?
It was really awesome. I've been playing 3D Mario games since they first came out. Super Mario Galaxy 2 is my favourite game ever, so I've been really looking forward to this. And it was weird at first because it does control a little differently. Some of them it's really tight, and it was like you had to get used to the motion control aspect. But once you're used to it, it flows really well. Yep. And I've watched loads of videos of this game online, and I knew where some of the moons were already. But I found a couple of things myself that I still hadn't seen before. So that was really nice. It was like nice that there's still surprises going on. But yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, the exploration, that was probably my favourite part. You know, just there's so much to discover and explore. I wish I had more time on the demo, if I was entirely honest.
Yeah, honestly, like watching other people, it seemed like the demo was really long, and I thought I'm going to have loads of time. And I was going for one last moon where I had to do a load of wall jumps, and I screwed it up just the once. And as I fell, I went to go do it again, and the timer went out. And I had no idea I was close to the time. It just flew by. So that's a really good sign. I had a good time with it, so yeah.
That's Lewis's impression of Super Mario Odyssey. Thanks again, Lewis.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
So that's what we thought of EGX as a whole. There are our picks, and that's what the general atmosphere was like. Rather than a regular comment section this time, we're going to have a little walk around the floor and see what people are making of the conference as well. So take a look at this.
How awkward can we make this?
Welcome to Detroit.
How's it going? So you're an Android, right? Is that correct?
Yes.
Are you allowed to answer questions? Is this fine if we film you?
Yes.
We got Phil here from the Discord. How's it going, dude?
Hello, all good, thanks.
Okay, 2 questions for you, Phil. First question, what was your highlight? What's the best game that you played so far?
So far it's Project Cars 2.
I pretty much came here for the indies. I have to be brutally honest, it's been some of the indie titles that have really caught my eye.
So, you're an Android, right? Does that mean you've got feelings? Can you feel stuff, or is it just like nothing to you?
Androids are not programmed to have feelings.
Okay. We're going to test this theory, right? We're going to test this theory. So, we had a selfie rest today. I don't know if you remember. Here it is. We've got 79 likes and 10 retweets, okay? Since there's not that many Androids, you're probably one of the most famous Androids on Twitter right now. So how do you feel about that?
I have no feeling.
How tall do you think I am?
A little bit taller than me.
Well, I'll take that.
I've seen taller.
Surprisingly taller than you actually think.
Phil, you're a gentleman and a scholar. It was a pleasure. Thank you very much.
But shorter than Mike.
Shorter than Mike. Let's not bring Mike into this, please. Cheers, dude. Thanks. What are you doing, Jake? Jake, what are you doing, dude?
trying to get a vintage, rare, beautiful quality tent tube. Prime, still in its case at EGX 2017.
Do you think it's still going to be here? You saw it earlier, it might be gone by now.
If anyone's picked it up, mate, some shurikens are going to be flung. I'm going to find it, I'm going to hunt it down. I'm going to be a real ninja.